All right, we're here to look at Starkillers. This is number 8. You saw number 7 and 8 dual wielded there at the beginning. Number 8 just has a little bit of a different crystal. This one's a little bit more diffused, so the accent shows up a little bit better underneath. These are sporting Profi V2s with the Starfall sound font collection. I did include a couple Easter eggs on here as well for the clients, and I'll let them discover that. We're looking at Starfall Sabers Starkillers number 7 and 8 of his second run, I believe. They are fully installed. They come with the Starfall sound font package, which comes with 8 sound fonts. Right now, on this one, I've muted it so that you could see the crystal accents going, and the emitter, which is a custom DIY PCB that I populated. It has 20, 15, 15 NeoPixel accents that just match what the main blade will do. Also behind the crystal is a 15-15 strip of 15 pixels that will illuminate when the saber is on, but will turn off. You also have a grip accent with the 3 LEDs, and then if we ignite it, and then I just muted it, you get a different animation in the on state and off state. So to operate, I guess I should also say these come with Profi V2, a 18650 battery. It is key power. I did keep the sticker so you can see the rating, but I did do a custom KR wrap just so it's a little cool. A 28mm bass speaker from Saber Bay. You will notice that there is a Kapton tape just kind of holding the Profi down. If you plan on doing any changes to either the config or the SD card, you can just take this off, prop the board up, make your changes, and then tape it back down. If you don't think you're going to be doing any changes, I might suggest taking the tape up, putting a little bit of E6000, and then using some tape temporarily to while it cures. And then if the tape ever comes off, then you won't have to worry about it till the next time you go to do anything. Spring side is your negative. My hands are a little sweaty, so I'll use a little Allen key here. Positives towards the speaker. I'm used to doing it up here, but so there are some wires here in the back. If you do go to prop the board up, or if you put the battery in without some tape, it may want to pop out just a little bit, because with all these accents, there's a bunch of wires, but you don't have to worry about it as long as we just leave it. That's the boot sound on this particular sound font. To take the grip off, your set screw is masked in one of these little dots, and you'll notice a little bit of a mark. So to line the chassis up, you just kind of want to, I guess, use the center grip brass, and then he's got the Allen keys taped here to the recharge, but this is the same size Allen key, so you'll just secure that. Same set screw size for your blade set screw. Just turn it on. Top is your activation, bottom is your aux. You'll notice I double tapped it to start it in mute when I was starting this off, so you can see that. I will have a printout of all the instructions I don't cover in this video, so if you have any questions, you can just consult that. I've also included the config on the SD card, as well as the printout instructions in a doc format. It's like, it's just the FET263 prop file, so you can find it on FET263.com. Yeah, so each of the sound fonts has a different blade color, and pretty much all of the accents, you'll notice, kind of fall in line, with the exception of the crystal chamber back strip. That will always just kind of be like a lightning looking blue. So these have gesture controls: twist on, twist off, and thrust on, which I'm not going to be able to demonstrate, but it's like a stabbing motion. There we go. I did also on the battery level indicator, which is the last font. It's not really a sound font, but it's the last preset.
Battery level.
When the blade is in, you'll have a piece of the tip that is illuminated, and based on the length of the blade, wherever it is along the length of the blade is the percentage that it is charged. But in the crystal accent here, as well as the grip accent, anywhere from green to red is your charge. These batteries, I guess, came only half charged from Key Power, so this is a yellow. There is one sound font with a preon. When you want to activate the preon, you can only use the switch. A gesture will bypass it. Gesture controls will also get you into battle mode. Battle mode is just something which means that you don't have to press a button to engage a lockup. I'll demonstrate that with the blade in a moment. But for the most part, that's what we got here. One thing to mention, the accents are on a timer along with all of the blade styles. So if you don't touch the lightsaber while the battery is in, then after about 15 minutes, they will turn off and your first button press will wake the saber up. It won't activate on any gesture controls. It has kind of a mild sleep. Unlike a Crystal Focus, which has deep sleep, it just kind of saves some of the battery life. So you could leave it on your shelf for a little bit. You'll notice if you leave it in over time and the battery dies, you will get an alert. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, these are on a 15-minute timer, so they shouldn't take up too much battery if you forget about it. If you have any questions, let me know. I will hopefully get these shipped out first of the week. The hilt itself comes apart here, but you have a set screw here that's the same as your blade set screw. Just notice that the this set screw underneath is of a different size, so you shouldn't have any interference with the hex key that's provided by Nick. But just know that you do not want to do the one that's just above the glass eye. Your set screw is right here along this band. So it takes 32-inch blade, which I have here to demonstrate. Top is your activation, bottom is your aux. Aux will get blaster blocks. If you want to do any clashes or lockups, you'll hold either aux or power when you do a clash. So I'm in a lockup until I let go. You do have gesture control, twist on and twist off. If you do a gesture on, you will get into battle mode, and battle mode just means you don't have to perform a button press to engage lockups or tip effects in terms of melts, drags, or stabs. So let's do that real quick. We'll twist on. If we just clash the saber, we're in a lockup until we pull it away. If we clash when we're horizontal, we'll get a melt. And that will just get more intense over time. But if we're vertical and we do a stab, we'll get a drag effect. It's easier to show on the ground, but I'm standing up, so I'm gonna do it this way. So again, until I pull away, it does that. If that's not how you want to approach things, you can always just hit the button to activate, and then a clash is just a clash until you hold. So we do have thrust on, which is just a little bit of a back pull. Yeah, so let's go to a different sound font. So you'll notice the crystal chamber has a little bit of an accent in the back with the strip. The crystal itself will change colors based on the font, and the blade styles are appropriate to that. To change color, when the blade is on, we're gonna press aux and then press power. So ignite it. It's easier to show on green because I can get back to green. But you'll just hit aux and then press power, and then you'll hear that. So now as we rotate, it'll jump between. If you did want to get a more finite color, you can hit power and hold it while you're rotating, and that'll get a much more finite control. And then you just hit power to accept, and it will remember that blade style now. So if we go back to that, you can invert the hilt and it'll go back.
Hero's Journey.
Any other orientation, it's just going to go forward. So this was the font we were on, and now we have a blue blade. So if we're going to turn that back again, aux, power, rotate till we get to green, and then power to accept. So, one other thing. The inverse button command of holding power and then hitting aux is going to get our lightning block. So, until we let go. Anything I don't cover will be on a printout. I've also included that printout as a doc file on the SD card. The config is on the SD card. You can't just edit it. So if you know anything about Profi, you can download that, do some changes, and then use the Arduino plugin to upload that. And that's pretty much it.